Hello again. In this video, we are going to make an exercise
that will keep us focused on another principle of animation named arcs.
So, a home run hit, for example, that is illustrated here, will do a movement like this, right? Also, if we think about the swing of an axe, and I don't have any here, I have it on an Illustrator file on purpose to tell you about some import settings. We can import to Stage or to Library. To Stage, it will come direct to our stage. Import to Library will come to our library. So when we choose a file, such as this one, for example, I will see this pop-up window when I can choose what I will import. And the number of layers that we will have on Illustrator, it will appear here, as well as each path that we create on Illustrator. So I will import our axe, it is here. And now if I come inside axe.ai and come again, I have access to each individual component, okay? So this is very interesting for animation, and I wanted to call the attention for that. So we were talking about movement. So if we think about this axe moving, we can imagine something like this. So there's an arc again. So what I want to say with these examples, and we have a lot of examples, basically living creatures mostly move in nice, smooth arcs. And arcs will make your animation flow. And we will do the exercise thinking about these arcs. So it will be pretty simple, but what I want is, okay, instead of having just a ball bouncing in the same place, if I want to see it in loop, I will just activate this and cover the entire animation. So instead of having just a bouncing ball, I want this ball to bounce across the stage. So for example, starting here, going, bouncing, 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 until it gets off the stage again. So starting from the left to the right. This is just one bounce, and I would like to have this bounce movement going from here to there. So I want to make an animation here that will come from the left to the right. We just need to have this entire animation inside another symbol, because you already know that we can have animations inside animations. So we copy these frames and insert these frames into a new symbol, and this will be my ball bouncing. I will paste frames here, and my ball is here. Okay, this is my animation. I'll just remove that. If I will create another layer. I will just hide this one. Basically now if we just drag out our bouncing ball, we have it here, okay? And if you don't see this animation happening, it may be because you have it as a movie clip instead of a graphic. So when you create a new symbol, if you want to preview animations inside your scene, you should choose graphic. This is one of the differences between movie clip and graphic. So if you have it as a movie clip, that's not a problem, but to preview your animation, you have to open the preview window, okay? I have two balls, as you can see, because I hid this layer here on the scene, but it's still being rendered. So now we don't need this layer anymore. I will just remove it, and this will be my ball layer. And the purpose of doing this is that if I place it here, and at the end I will create another keyframe, because now I just have a frame, F6, and I will place it here, for example, and I will use the Shift key, and then I create a classic tween. My ball is bouncing from one side to the other. This is too fast. I want at least 3 bounces. So instead of only having 25 frames, I will have plus 25 will be 50. So I will click and drag, and plus 25 it will be 75. So it will bounce 3 times. See? There we go. Now, if I want to make this ball bouncing, but it will have like a decrease of energy crossing the time, so this ball is bouncing always the same because I only have one animation here and it's just repeating. So if I want, like in the second bounce it will be less high, and in the third bounce even less. I cannot use the same animation just looping. I have to copy this animation. Oops, I don't need to select the empty frame. So I will just copy these frames and I will paste frames twice. Again here, paste frames. And I will have 3 bounces. And what I will do is like decreasing the high every time the ball comes up. So it will be somewhere like this. And then, so I will just copy these copy frames because I want the ball less high, paste frames, and this would be something like this. So the last keyframe, copy frames again. I'm just copying frames and paste so I can see paste frames where was the previous. So it will be something like this, this, and this. Whoop. Ah, okay. Yeah, our pivot points, they should all be here. And I will now change it. Okay, that's something that I should have done before, because I will change also some of these stretches and squashes, because if the ball is losing energy, the stretch and squash should be less intense as well. So what is happening here, problem is here, that the ball is too much up, and that's why it's a bit strange, the animation. We will correct it just in a minute. So when the ball comes down for the first time, it's okay. Then the second time I will decrease this like 85, like this, the same at this point, 85, and something like this. Also here it will be less, pretty much the same, and then less up, even less stretch and squash, 90, something like this. And here it will be also like this, but in a reverse way. And so it will be like this, and now here I cannot have it that high. I will just see the other position. Okay, it's better, but I think that this high point, this has to be a little bit up. This is good. That one is not that good, so we have also to correct this one because it's too much high. Less. Yep. Better, right? It's better, but if the ball goes less high in the second bounce, we don't need so many frames, so it will not take the same time as this first jump, right? Well, it's not a jump, it's actually falling, but the time that the ball takes to reach the ground here should be more than this. I will remove one keyframe, remove frames, and one from here too, and this is again one high point, so this and this don't need that much, so even less than this. Instead of removing one, I will remove 2 frames. So remove frames from here and remove frames from here. And again, another high point here, so here I will remove 3 frames. And our animation will have a duration of 64. Let's see how it looks like. And now we have to adjust here too. We don't need so many frames, so it will end at 64. I will just remove these frames. And let's see our animation here. If you can't see it, you will have two options, or you just open the preview window, or you just switch the type of symbol over here. Okay, any questions, just let me know. Okay, good. But what is happening here at the end? It's a bit strange, because at the end it will jump over there. Why? Because at this moment, so let's see what is happening in this keyframe. This keyframe, let's look at looping options. This is looping, okay, and that's why we were seeing the ball bouncing and bouncing, and it will start on frame 1. And what is happening here at frame 64? It says that the first keyframe is 25, so if it's 1, it's there again, and it will be exactly the same as this one. But actually what we want, since inside this animation we also have all these, my wanted position is actually the 64. So in scene 1 I will change these loop options. Oops, sorry, not this one. These loop options at this point will be 64. And now it makes sense, right? Let's just add some adjustments here, because we can also see actually the entire animation with our onion skin. This is only the outliers. You can see the arcs, right? So that's why the movement looks so smooth, because it's happening in arcs, not in straight lines like this. Okay, so just to finish this exercise, let's just make some skewing adjustments. So since the ball is moving across the stage, this stretch, instead of being straight, let's make a skew in the direction of the ball. So the ball is making this movement from the left to the right. It means that at this point, instead of being exactly like that, let's skew it, okay? To skew, I will just put the mouse close to the edge. This is my free transform tool, okay, Q shortcut. So it will be like this, because the ball is going from the left to the right. When it hits the ground, it will skew for the other side. Okay, so what will happen is that as soon as the ball is falling, it already has that inclination, right? Let's do the same for the others, not so much as the first one, because it's the same reason why we decrease the stretch and the squash, okay? So the ball has less energy, so we will do it, but just a little bit less, and also to this side just a bit less, and then again here, first to the left and then to the right. And let's see how it is. Okay. So yes, I think it's good. We can finish here. We should save this exercise, because we will use it again. This ball will have a tail, and we will be working on another principle of animation called follow through and overlapping action. Thank you all for watching, and see you next video.